Achu chili alipia beam lo big. Wani alipia chili pia big. Ame yo kong chili alipia chili pia ra yo. Kilu ko ara. Dua chili mi ra me tiane. Da me ru tiane pa o alipia chili pia big.
Ichulo through the bank.
Ame yo bo ngara chili lupia ya kilo. Ma yuru ni tu ne no ni tu ne ko ne. Pero me ko na ki ma ki ne da. We la ka ki ne no mo.
Da ati ke dan ma le mo chan te lu kam para. Jori ma ko piro bora dongi ge na go pe ge. Wa ka mo karo. Abero ka chulo no foot party art.
Ichulo sila di trading license.
Wa ka mo karo chulo ni pier bora.
Wa ni ka.
Ali mi ari o pier pi. Ko ka mo. Wanga eni ke biru ni api chora limia de ke pier bi. Ako ke duane limia de ke chane no record ke duane limia ria pier bor ke lo to gora na. Ari officer tan plak ni kwero. Ba ka chora limia ria pier bor.
Maka mukar ni ana chulu mia chil ke pier de. Maka ni ai chulu chili mia chil ke pier bi. Endo ken ma mi wa chune aye ni
Taoด้วยกันเหรอ
Ma kamu kara chula lini yari yo kata. Ma kani chula lini yari yo kiaro kiche. Kata tiki kuira dek me biya, kuira dek me sore. Ena chulu biya.
Sean maru jimi jari bere yugi pegi chogo Jemu kar peti me Lutua nini la lumur logo ni dano tiga doga charo kimir dan doga char pigira ngo Jemu nu tiga time ki wek jum gakara tikirini
Biar wa biar lo mai trading lances. Lances mo ka mo kara nge ko chulo mia che ki biar yo wie. Ere mo ani ki mer wo mia ngwen ki wie. Ai ben pe comparing business mai tie ki ngol wil ki tayi ki mero. Ko biar wa dok ke gen pe ye. Gen ki wa ni a jemene ki tiyo ko bir pe kar ma da jata. An ku boto ku de bas pa ke goyo. Dano nama ka dano public na dano pe tie ma business tiga word wa raising concern wa gen pe yi kur ki ter wa chalo wan pe dano ma wa be da chuli pe ngo jo ma ko man pe winu ko wa tiki chan be wa tik lok ma chulu kwan chen pe chen winu du campaign kar ma put ke ti campaign ma chalo ter ma me ko ma lu ter ma wa yer gen ko wa ka gu neno ki mo rer kur ku lok ke do ki neno dong wa dok lu mo ne pe lok ma dong wa reji yi wa tika chui ma ti ni wa ku wa no me tin chat what wa do what business pe
winya mabe wun ka kipinu boru kiwani mia chente in wa chili adi ija ho negotiate ma pingiu be wa assessment marketing ikoru enda mati
Muchoro ma computer generating automatically without negotiation. Quando wa yeo ni uloke uyaimalu Kadi anu jara ape ki kero me lakone. Bien ko pedi do finance ka obiro ka generate para mane. Obiro pa ki pa ema. We obiro papa. Computer lo ke yai malu. Kong dong wa yeo ni mero teme. Ento. No ya ne tim mo. Tim me mo. No tim me mo. Tim ma tim ne. Ame pa ye do ni bui ba. Amo ma ye do ni bui pa ka. O wi ni wa yo. Amo ma ye do ni bui pa lo te do ti amara.
One end machado bulu mai wai ni bulu yela do wa bieno ya da jemi moti mai mol mu chor makimio tila mal twal matia dio dano tije mu kana mai nono tio de system fuda article na chen bon loi kya waye ni machado municipal unan kin revising we are at least supporting. Let them learn to attract more business ideas. In other way, we are increasing on the tax base rather than imposing tax malamal. No dano tiga ao, do rate me agreement down low my can be rupe. Tia tawni gematia yelo tela mama ko be magenti council papat pat gyomeru beti amaki twan le wini lo tela mo kan mi division no kan gipo beru ka ini. And these are things that are affecting the whole of the municipality. Tima wan machala bulu watia wanani kwa kwara muchor mo macha na market ikile manyana yedon kidwak manana kwa pao yenwa we were buried in town. We were Jule town.
Machalo chat. Ikit medich makie municipal kan. We gotin wati kan jom kere gineno chalo pelu chat. Eno wacharo ikiriping. So peromo adi business capital atel mia chel. In biri ni mere mia chel piera bich. Ano kwere manyune tika dwa kai chare. Mera doa gu. So umer technically down clock uberping uner kit me harmonizing kit me chulu muchoro padano. Wan luchan wati tutatuta nenu tinu bulu maketi kaini wen. Wati you are doing business. In the middle, you are going to I don't need him. Executive from Municipal. I mean to say technical team from Municipal. We are great day. Log Mawa More Kachaka. You want to come and learn, nay, Miero, Revising. Well, my Municipal ticket where Medwane. At the will, my Aki hierarchy. Madam is set up by central government. Job municipal ko wachi wane erore kin pekitiki mande melawane. Eto man my local raise revenue ne kin kitwer winya keke chege nano takwere ka umia kiki. Kumbidi wan watamni umiro lok mawakela nyimi kiwinye utumabe wakomi wakare machalo we. Bien, la bon bunye ki jo malawa machalo municipal no charo will wabene ubirte kitia log ne if charo will requirements mukana timia municipal eto those requirements shall add trading license kinga gene kakiri pe kene tije mapol mawan no benefit ke ko trading license la pole kwa in Tika Miro, the body work to attend. No Miro, you get trading license. The body work in the Ramado, no, kind of Joma Mio requirements to no trading license here. And talk one dog Machado Chatway, where one year maybe the petty 120 require, maybe your license be what can one, my party. Municipal.
I want to appreciate these complaints by Kitgum traders. It has exposed two things. One, there seems to have been some technical loopholes which was being executed by our frontliners, especially the town agents and the division accounting officers. There were some loopholes in assignments, to the extent that it appears the integrated revenue integrated system was not fully utilized, where most of the charges Nene Makibedoka imposing on Danani constitute a lot of errors and speculations. To date, Beduchalo Kirmani Ankede, our senior assistant town clerk of Central Division, has been using computer-generated assessments to determine the amount of money to be paid as trading license. Something which was not being done 100% in the previous years. Secondly, we have even noted there are some other variations, like on signage. There are certain variations on waste management, which was not discussed at all levels. The initial charge was 190,000, which was assessed by Central Division. but it did not move through normal procedures up to the municipal executive committee, which is chaired by the mayor. So I think when this complaint came, I directed the town clerk to make a fair adjustment so that these variables can be adjusted. And you keep discussing Uduogo at 90,000, which has still generated more complaints. Today, in the big meeting, which we attracted over 300 vendors, over 300 sellers, traders, we agreed that figure should be adjusted where it's fair and affordable. Figure signage, waste management, and others. We have agreed that it should be adjusted from 90,000 shillings per year to a figure which is relatively affordable. Several proposals have been made, 60,000, 50, 40, 30,000, even 20,000. Those are proposals on the table. I will have an emergency executive committee meeting within 1 week from now and agree on a figure which is workable. But one thing which we cannot negotiate is the overall amount which is generated by the computer system which is guided through IRAS. That one I don't have the powers to negotiate because it is universal in all the municipalities in Uganda. It's determined by Ministry of Finance. It is approved by Local Government Finance Commission, which is the chief administrator of IRAS. I think that one, we cannot debate it. The computer-generated amount by IRAS. That one, I lack the power. Even the town clerk does not have the power. That amount will be generated according to the streets and the locations where you operate your business. This one, which we can change, which is within our mandate, we are going to work on, and we shall give a fair figure which is payable by all the traders. I'm calling for calm. We are working around the clock so that everything is fair. The tax regime is fair and just.
The traders something back presented to us a petition about 4 items. One of them was taxation without consultation, and they feel that is illegal. Number 2, no valuation, no justice. Number 3, where is number 3? Coercion and intimidation violate their rights. And then degrading treatment. Those were the 4 items. So when we received this petition, we held a meeting with the executive. We called the executive, met and discussed and agreed on some specific items. So actually, we amalgamated their complaints into one, because if we are consulted, you taxing you after consultation, then the other 3 of no valuation, no justice, degrading treatment do not arise. If we have agreed on the right taxation, then the rest follows smoothly. So we agreed in a meeting here that we agreed on some specifics. For example, the complaints were dwelling around overcharging. That we had risen some of them their taxes by 100%, but we explained that in addition to the IRAS grading, IRAS taxation system, there are other taxes like waste tax, signage, local service tax. Those must be paid in addition to that. So we found that the division had charged up to 210, but we agreed to reduce it to 90,000, because we said local service tax will be 40, waste tax about 20. I don't have the details now, but we held the meeting and agreed. But the traders also insisted that we must call the overall overall traders in the town and meet them and explain what we had agreed upon as with the executive. So that's why that meeting was held today. That meeting you saw today. It was out of agreement between ourselves, me and my team, the head of finance, commercial officer. We agreed with the executive of the traders that we meet today, and we have met. The RDC was with us, the mayor was with us, and eventually the final decision was that our executive, the municipal executive, together with the division assistant, like myself, the responsible officers, the technical people, we meet again in 1 week's time. That was a proposal given by RDC, and we agreed with it. And indeed, we are going to hold that meeting within 1 week, and we are very sure, optimistic, that we shall agree without any need for confrontation. We shall agree. There will be a give and take, so that the taxation, the licenses can be collected smoothly. We clearly told the traders that no one is allowed to pay money in cash. All money should go to the bank. Whoever comes to you saying he wants to collect the money from you and pay it on your behalf, that one should be held with suspicion. Pay your money. It's a very easy mode of taxation. You use IRAS, you can pay on your phone. So it's very easy. That's when you are sure your money has actually gone to where it belongs. But if you give it to an individual, for us, we shall treat you as not having paid. And we can tax you again. So to avoid double taxation, you'd rather pay through the IRAS system. The IRAS system is a very good system that has streamlined revenue collection. So we have advised them to use it without any diversion. Let them not be diverted by our chiefs. But we have also warned the chiefs not to collect cash. It is even for their own good, because cash can tempt. When you collect cash and you get a problem, you may use it without your knowledge. You find you have taxed on money that doesn't belong to you. So you'd rather avoid it completely, pay it through the right channel, and so that you'd rather pick the money from a friend rather than use government money. So it's also for their good, the chiefs, not to use government money. So my message is that let them not be incited, let them not be incited by some individuals who may not be willingly ready to pay taxes. Because we have told them clearly that these taxes were arrived at through a scientific process by the Ministry of Trade and Industry. It was arrived at, and it cuts across the country. It is fair enough. It was based on streets. It was based on incomes of the people in a particular place. It was based on turnover. It was a scientific exercise. But nevertheless, we shall continue engaging so that there is harmony.
We have met both the municipal authorities, His Worship the Mayor and his team, then the town clerk and the technical team from the municipality, and then the traders who were assembled here. And we found that there are a number of issues that were not clear to them. So one mistake that was made was that Kitgum Municipal Council did not sensitize traders on the various taxes that they had come up with. So I have directed that within 1 week, Kitgum Municipality Authority sits with the executive of the market of the traders and come up with particularly taxes that are within the authority of the municipality to levy. Those must be harmonized, negotiated, and then the traders pay. We cannot develop a country, or this municipality for that matter, without taxes. Taxes ought to be paid. But people must understand what they are paying and how much they are paying. And that is simply it.
They have been facing a lot of challenges. One of them is about information gap. To me, that's what I've identified. There is a big information gap between the people in authority and the traders. And this information gap in form of sensitization, information passing, has created a lot of low revenue turnout. The case in point now in Kitgum municipality, there are certain tax that central government sent to the municipal. And the municipal authorities, both technical and political, are supposed to disseminate this information to the traders, to the people who are going to pay that tax, so that they understand the new system that the government has brought. Because year back in 2000, the business in Kitgum municipality, when you want to pay trading licenses, you pay cash a ton. But that is not the case this time. In a new system, you have to go and pay through the bank, through a system which is generated. Now, for that matter, this information are all at the hand or at the discretion of those who have it, the technical people. But the ones is the traders, they are left behind. So that involvement cannot make things to move well. And that's my observation for this particular meeting of today. The second things I've seen is that there is duplication of tax or double taxing. The same issues which has been in the system sent by government, from central government, is the same tax like when they are dealing above return of investment. It's the same thing that the municipal authorities at a lower level, they are also putting and taxing the community to pay again. And that, to me, I feel that is double tax, and that's not fair. So they should interpret, analyze, and concretely share the information to the people. And that requires the technical people to make sensitization and make people to understand how they have generated their revenue tax. The most critical point that I feel I should share with people, the way I put it today, many of the people in Kitgum, many of the businesses in Kitgum are dying. And people are running away, people are leaving business, people are going back home. Why? Not only because of tax, but it's all about tax sensitization. It's about business management. And in this business management, it involves the commercial department to make people to know how to run business within a developed city like this. Because when the city is developing, when the place is developing, there are a lot of competitions. There are people who are coming from outside Uganda. We have India, we have Chinese, we have many people who are coming here. And they also, the business is in competition. So if you used to do business in the other way of 1990, and you have not been helped before you have been taxed, these people should first of all develop our businessmen so that they know how to compete with these current affairs, how to manage the business based on this current arena. Because you go to Muhine, you buy system, you pay even their goods through a computer. But for us here, you just pay, people doesn't keep record. And when you do not keep record of the business, it's very hard for you to negotiate for the tax. And that's why the issue of record help even in the tax setting. So I still request the municipal authority, including the commercial department, the information department, and the finance department, to go down on the ground before they start asking for tax. They first have to build the people. You cannot just go and start milking the cow before you send the cow to graze and feed the cow. You better first feed your cows, and in the morning you can milk. Then you can go with authority and collect your tax. So issue of sensitization, issue of capacity building, issue of business skill development is paramount in this, our city which is coming. Unless we do that, most of our own, the so-called the people of Kitgum, they will no longer be in the business. They will be chased away by other competitors' people. There are so many competitive people who are coming. They have the best business plan. They have the best business ideology. They have the best operation system. And their tax is calculated on goods. You buy cement, you already pay tax. So for us, we still look for paying tax. But in the developed business here in Kitgum, when you buy the soda, you already pay tax. The money for tax will be deducted directly from the soda and goes to municipal account. And that is where I wanted people to go. You buy cement from A1. As soon as you pay, you buy cement, 1 bag of cement from A1, the revenue that municipal need will be deducted from there immediately. At the end of the year, there is no complaint because they have been sensitized on how to generate tax through their goods and services. And that is why I wanted the office to do that. So, to me, that is what I wanted to say. I loved what you, the Heartland TV, are doing. We need to go and do more advocacy. We need to make interaction before we start talking about tax. If you want something good to come out of a child, you better send the child to school. If you want some good money to come from, or revenue to come out of these businessmen, you have to make sure they are educated and you sensitize them. You invest on them, not just to wait for collecting money only. You invest by sensitization, by advocacy, by capacity building. Bring those who are ahead, sensitize the people. Bring those who are in charge from Ministry of Finance to give advocacy to the people so that people do the right thing. Lastly, as Walter Ali, we at King of Kings, multi-investment and consultancy firm, we are an entrepreneurs, as we said, center. We provide certain things. People know we are offering only tractor system. But beyond the tractors, beyond the cassava plantation we are offering, we also do business skill development. We also encourage people on filing returns. All those are tax. And if we are not serious, we shall be trapped and we shall be a problem as far as business is concerned. Finally, I wanted all the stakeholders to respect the business. Most of the city you see, it has never been developed by civil servants. It has been developed by business people. It is a business that moves the country. It is a business that moves every stake of development. So it's very important for people who are in charge of authority to respect the business people and work hand in hand with them. Thank you so much.